Hoo, he, ha, 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 ah, ha, ha, so amazing. That was so swift. That was swift and amazing and delicious and delightful. And thank you, YouTube notifications, for coming through almost every live stream and actually notifying like you almost never do. But I just thought I'd come on here and tell you guys that, oi, you guys missed a lot. If you haven't been watching any of this, I've just got to say, I want to give the hugest, the most enormous fucking shout out to Cash App. Somebody just I was talking about how people had exploited some loopholes that exist within PayPal and they've been trying to fuck me over with it. And as I was talking about this in the last live stream, somebody thought it a fucking good idea to test those same parameters with fucking Cash App. And because Cash App is fucking amazing, they acted with the motherfucking swiftness. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Yo, because I didn't listen. I immediately, because of what happened, I immediately knew it was a mistake to talk about what I was talking about because of what happened, because of what I received before Eric's Cash App. Somebody decided very stupidly to fuck around on Cash App, and Cash App responded the way that you're fucking supposed to. Just goes to show, just wanted to tell you, don't fuck around on Cash App, man. Like, did you forget? Did you fucking forget that when you made your Cash App account, you had to send in a picture of your ID and your social? Like, maybe don't fuck around on Cash App. Know what I mean? Know what I fucking mean? And a serious quiz question. Like, what the fuck is it that you think that you're doing to anybody other than yourself by making fucking threats to somebody on an account associated with your fucking name and state ID? Like, seriously, what are you thinking? The fuck are you thinking? You know what it is, Maddie Mads? They're always watching, but at this point, I don't understand what is the fucking goal? Like, what is the intention? Uh, what do you think is gonna happen? Like, you can threaten me, you can claim false fraud. That's a fucking crime at the end of the day. And if you do it continuously, you're going to have a hell of a long fucking rap sheet. What the fuck are you doing, man? Vintage Camera Girl says they're bored. This is their Super Bowl. I mean, listen, if you're going to make threats with your real fucking name and account, what you backed up with your fucking state ID, I mean, hell, it's your prerogative. But it's like, what do you think you're doing to me? I don't know. I don't understand. To trigger me? It doesn't trigger me though. Like, this is quite entertaining. I Do you think this is going to what is it makes me wonder, do you think this is somehow going to make other people not wanna support the channel or make me wanna change my message or I can't even I can't even begin to fucking associate with the logic with this shit. Like where are you coming from? What are you doing? What is your fucking intention? Who do you fight for? What are you doing, man? I really don't understand. But I really gotta say, a huge fucking shout out to Cash App and probably Venmo as well, because they work on it in a very similar way where you have to legitimately back up your account with different forms of state or ID. I think that's really important. Like, I understand Silvana said that like PayPal is necessary for her being overseas in her particular country, but it's like there are some checks and balances that have been missed in regards to PayPal. You know what I mean? Ay ay ay. I don't even know though. Mukbang Anonymous says they're working on their karma. They are empty on the inside, pathetic. But it's like, what do you think you're doing by threatening me? Do you think you're scaring me or something? No, no, you're just committing a crime, but behind your actual identity. And what fucks me up the worst is what do I preach here on this channel? I preach here on this channel, don't go real life, don't dox. I speak against hypocrisy. I speak against dishonesty. Like who and what the fuck are you attacking anyway? Out of everybody on the fucking internet, I'm who you've chosen. It's my message that you want to fucking silence. I guarantee you that if I could wave my magic wand, fucking snap my fingers, the world would be a better place if people collectively fucking agreed to stop being hypocrites, stop being dishonest. It's so crazy. Oh my God, Eric, again? Ugh, you just scared me, Eric. Eric just sent another Cash App and said, hold on, for I'm going to force you to eat oysters threat. You know what's funny? I forgot we talked about that earlier in the first live stream. What a sad story. What a sad, sad story. But thank you, Eric. Again, do you know you frightened the shit out of me? When I heard the sound go off, I almost thought for a second, and I almost got a little bit excited. I thought it was the same, but it couldn't be. I almost thought it was the same person or maybe another associated account. But no, it was Eric again. Thank you, Eric, for your support of the channel. Thank you, everybody who has ever supported the channel. Thank you to everyone who will continue to support the channel. Vicky says, hey, P, hey, chat, what's going on? What did I miss? I haven't been on X for a month and a half. It was too much for me. I mean, nothing new, nothing good, nothing interesting. For me personally, I'm just talking about somebody was trying to somebody was actively fucking with my PayPal account today. They made the huge mistake of trying to fuck with the Cash App, but Cash App reacted swiftly and I think banned their account in its entirety, if I'm not mistaken, which is fucking excellent. Which, do you know what that means? If their account was banned, like in its entirety, it means that they as themselves cannot interact with Cash App or its associates ever again. Like, you're such an idiot. Was it worth that for you? Cash App is so fucking amazing. Why would you do that to yourself? What a terrible fucking mistake you've made. Cash App is so fucking convenient. Yo, can we Oh my God. To change the subject real quick, can we watch this together? This is something I came across on Twitter. And oy vey, can we watch this together real quick? Let me share this. Guys, look at this. Listen to this, please. What the hell is this?
Let's talk about the conversation this has started, and it's really about language, what we say out loud, and the consequences of those. You called your opponent an existential threat on a call a week ago. You said it's time to put Trump in the bullseye.
Wait a second. Before we keep playing that, Narcoleptic Alert says, I hate Cash App. I love Zelle. Let me tell you the reason why Zelle is not even something that I considered an option, because it does not have the same checks and balances as Cash App and Venmo. Because Zelle, you have to run it through your main bank account. I already do not fucking trust anything that is going to be able to access frontwards and backwards your fucking main bank account. Like, that's an absolute definite no. Like, no. And I would suggest, like, as a personal account, it's different. But as a business account, I would highly, highly suggest against anything that forces you to attach your personal fucking bank account ever. Can we watch this though? You need to hear this. Did you see this?
There's some dispute about the context, but I think you appreciate that.
I didn't say crosshairs. I was talking about focus on. Look, the truth of the matter was, what I guess I was talking about at the time was there was very little focus on Trump's agenda.
Yeah, the term is bullseye.
It was a mistake to use the word. I didn't say crosshairs. I meant bullseye. I meant focus on him. Focus on what he's doing. Focus on his policies. Focus on the number of lies he told in the debate. I mean, there's a whole range of things that, look, I'm not the guy that said, I want to be a dictator on day one. I'm not the guy that refused to accept the outcome of the election.
Dude, what the fuck is he ever talking about?
I'm not the guy who said that one accept the outcome of this election automatically. You can't only love your country when you win. And so the focus was on what he's saying, and I mean the idea.
But have you taken a step back and done a little soul searching on things that you may have said that could incite people who are not balanced?
Well, I don't think. Look, how do you talk about the threat to democracy, which is real, when a president says things like he says? Do you just not say anything because it may incite somebody? Look, I have not engaged in that rhetoric.
Bro, I'm telling you seriously, like, I know he put out this letter today being like, yeah, I'm gonna resign from the race, whatever. No. People needs to be put out to fucking pasture today. To fucking day. Why is he serving out the rest of his term? Yo, fucking Papa needs to go to a home and suck jello from a straw tonight. Fucking tonight. Holy shit.
Now, my opponent is engaged in that rhetoric. He talks about there'll be a bloodbath if he loses, talking about how he's going to forgive all the, actually, I guess, suspend the sentences of all those who were arrested and sentenced to go to jail because of what happened in the Capitol. I'm not out there making fun of, like, remember the picture of Donald Trump when Nancy Pelosi's husband was hit with a hammer, joking about it?
This doesn't sound like you're turning down.
The fuck? Why are they letting this air? Why are they putting this out to press, man? This motherfucker, this MSNBC does not give a shit about us as a nation at all. How could you do this? How could you put this out? Oh my God. People needs to go to bed tonight. Tonight. Fuck the rest of the term. Holy shit.
down the heat, though. You've talked
Oh,
about
no,
the.
no. Look, when I'm turning down, we have to stop the whole notion that there are certain things that are contrary to our democracy that we're for. The idea of saying,
Brother, homie, grandpa, you are contrary to our fucking democracy. Holy shit. I can't even believe this shit is real life. Oh my God.
that I didn't win the election, when every court in the land, I don't know, 20 appeals said, and including this conservative Supreme Court, said we won. The idea of having a loyalty pledge from all the folks who are in a Republican MAGA, not all Republicans, the MAGA Republicans, saying that no, we lost the election, inflaming the people and say, I mean.
So can you and what will you do, at least things you can control, to lower down the temperature, the rhetoric out there?
How he's becoming ridiculous too in his fucking responses. Oh my God. KCG says embarrassing, yes, but also dangerous. Listen, at this point, this is a joke. This is such a fucking joke. Like, I can't even help but fucking laugh hysterically at all of this. Who is at, this is my question, okay? Biden has been in this fucking mental state for almost the entirety of his presidential fucking run. You gonna tell me it's democracy? Who the fuck has actually been running our country? That's what I want to know. It wasn't him, or hell, maybe it was. Things have gone so tits up. Maybe he has actually been the fucking one. Like, what is going on here, man? I can't even handle it. Brandy said, just take me now. At this point, it doesn't even have to be the river Styx. Aliens, Jeeves, asteroid, can we just go? Oh God, I hate it that I'm in agreement with that. Like, at this point, maybe it's just time for Earth to, eradicate the fleas on its topical skin, whatever, and begin anew. Like, I think we're fucked, man. I think we're so fucked. President of cringe? Oh, yeah. I blame you says, oh, Trump is winning for sure. We don't even have to watch. And to be honest, I don't even care. Just get him out. LOL. So many. Do you know how many people I knew that were completely anti-Trump, hated him, loathed him? And now it happened so slowly too. It happened so very slowly. It was like almost a creeping weird realization that Trump looks like our best fucking hope for the future. So many people are in that same fucking are in that same camp right now. Mukbang Anonymous says, the only time I ever liked Biden was when he told Obama, this is a big fucking deal on a hot mic. That was funny. I mean, ugh. If you look into his policy, if you look into what he stood for politically, he's always been a piece of shit. He's always been a racist, fucking thinks he's superior to all fucking piece of shit. And I mean that. Like, I'll stand on that. You just have to really look into it. And you have to not be exercising confirmation biased to find exactly what I'm talking about. But he has, the way that he's talked about people and different things in general, like, nay, sorry, but never. Like, he's sick now, right? He's definitely sick now, but he has always been a piece of shit. And, in my opinion, a fake Democrat. I can't think of one Democrat who lives, votes, and believes, like, lives as though they believe in a democratic ideology. It's all a fucking facade, in my opinion. Oh, I know. Potato says politics are so annoying because your opinion aligning to a certain candidate can be social suicide one day and triumphant heroism the next. This is my particular stance, and this is why I am personally unafraid to talk about politics in general. It's because I genuinely I trust none. I trust no politician. I know too well how our system works. And I know that any appointed fucking president simply does not have the power, the position, the power to make any type of meaningful change anyway. Everybody is a fucking crook. If you've gotten to the point successfully where you are a high level politician, you unequivocally are a fucking criminal. That is without a shadow of a fucking doubt. What people are doing now is out of absence of choice, seemingly. They're just making decisions on what criminal they identify with more. The lies and the pandering from which criminal they identify with best. So I side with no one. I side with nothing and I side with no one. And I also believe that we have had the illusion of democracy for far too fucking long. People speak as though democracy in this country is so important and it's what we stand on. Like, look at the facts, man. Look at the history. It's a fucking farce. We are all living under an illusion. And what people have done to people in general, to everybody, to society in general, they have convinced people that this person, this side or that side is the answer to all your prayers and to all your problems, when the intention all along is to divide and to keep you emotional, angry, and busy so that you don't get angry in the right fucking direction. Because the worst thing that could ever happen, the best thing for us as the people, but the worst thing for the powers that be, is if we were all to wake the fuck up and realize just the fucking farce that we've all been participating in for far too long. That's the goal. And because people are emotional and angry and are prone to groupthink, it succeeds every fucking time. Every fucking time. Every fucking time. Janine Cook says Trump is a felon and a rapist. Listen, I hate to tell you this, Janine Cook, but most politicians are. Felons, absolutely. Rapists, probably. But I can name you several presidents that we've had in my lifetime that are definitely rapists as well. Some on our very own Democratic side. Clinton, he is a known, voracious fucking sexual predator. And it's crazy to me. Like, if you're going to condemn these certain behaviors, you need to be aware of everybody is guilty of this shit. It's just not packaged and sold to you as the public with purpose, on purpose, in the same way for good reason, with intention, obviously. The whole thing. It's the whole, I'm telling you, the whole fucking system. As Americans, I think we've been lying to ourselves for a very long time. I think we've really been lying to ourselves for a very long fucking time. The whole system is a problem, man. Do you know what Epstein was? Like, let's have that conversation as well. Hayden Sky says, yeah, he hung out with Epstein. I don't know who you mean, because you could mean either Trump or Clinton or, anybody in political power. What Epstein very clearly was, Epstein was, I don't know who he was working for. Some people say Mossad, some people say he was like a CIA asset or whatever, but he was very clearly running a honeypot fucking, like a honeypot situation. Do you know what I mean? His job was to befriend and incriminate people of political power. That's what he did. That's what his job was. That's why he's fucking dead. And that's why all of those documents are sealed. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was his job. Of course, everybody of any type of influence is going to have flown on his fucking plane, is going to have visited his fucking island, because that was legitimately his purpose. That's what he did. That was his job. Like, of course. Ugh. KZG says the Democratic primaries are null and void. Resigned to preserve our true democracy. Let Kamala rule and run. This shit was known a long time until it couldn't be denied. I agree with everything you said until let Kamala rule and run. I mean, I do agree. I think, like I said, while we were watching that horrendous fucking clip, I think he should resign today. I think Biden should go to the old folks home and just eat pudding in happiness and solitude for the rest of his life. Kamala should be appointed fucking president for the last fucking 5 days until the election. Like, come on. It's ridiculous. Literally the only thing that the United States has going for it at all, and this isn't even a good thing, but it's literally the only thing, is that we are considered the political power and the strong arm of the entirety of the world. And when we have somebody at the fucking helm who is so obviously fucking ill, I know that's a mistake. Like, what the fuck? He should have never been allowed to continue as president with him being as sick as he so clearly fucking is. I don't even know. Janine Cook says it's all a mess, but Trump should go too. A felon has no business running. Felons can't even vote. But Janine Cook, do you understand? They made sure to convict him. He is guilty. He was convicted of things that every politician engages in. The only difference is that the powers that be had it out for Trump, and they made an example of him. Everybody has engaged in every single one of those behaviors that he was convicted for, yet it was swept under the rug and it was refused to have been prosecuted. Like, what's the difference? To me, when I see behavior such as that, it makes me say, wow, why are they treating Trump so differently? Why is he the one politician, the one president we've ever had that they refuse to give this special treatment to? Why isn't he protected? Why aren't his crimes protected the same way all of the other fucking president's crimes, politicians, whatever, have been? I think those are the questions that you should be asking, because every politician, every president has been guilty of those same felonies. They've just not been fucking prosecuted. Ask yourself why that is. um Trump's severely mentally ill and the oldest candidate in history. Speak the truth. You always say you're unbiased. I don't even know that that's true. Is he the oldest candidate in history? Is Trump older than fucking Biden? Is he older than Biden? And mentally ill. I don't know if I would class what Trump is as mentally ill. I think what I would class him to have is a cluster B personality disorder. I think he's a narcissist. Like, probably if he sat down and was honest, I think he could be a diagnosable narcissist, but I don't think I would class that as severely mentally ill. I would class that as what it is. He has a diagnosable cluster B personality disorder, much like all of politicians have to have the same to be successful. You know what I mean? So it's like these things, they don't mean much to me because everybody is guilty of the same. Not for the same crimes, though. Janine Cook says because he was found guilty, Clinton was put on trial also. Not for the same crimes, man. Not for the same crimes at all. Tammy Ripley says he's not even a politician. He does it because he cares about his country. Who are we talking about with that? Tammy Ripley, who are we talking? We talking about? I don't know who you mean by that. You got to use names because I'm throwing out so many different names. I don't know who you could mean. I blame Eric says, does anything we believe in even count? I know we have our opinions, but when has any politician actually listened to us? I mean, that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. Eric, that's absolutely what it boils down to. It's all nonsense and rhetoric and fucking pandering, and it's all meant to divide, to force you onto a side. And it's come to the point. Like, listen, there are things that I've read recently. I know I read that back and forth in one of my last live streams where somebody said that they can't even deal with their mother anymore. They class their mother as a fucking ignorant racist because of who she supports politically. I have never seen such divisive political opinion in my entire fucking lifetime, where families are genuinely being split apart because of being on the opposite side of belief. This is scary. This is fucked up. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't fucking matter. It really just doesn't. It doesn't matter at all. Tommy Ripley says people are brought more together because of Trump. Sorry. I mean, I have seen that as well. I have seen, I like I've said, I've mentioned, I've known people who are so against Trump and against voting Republican to any fucking degree, and I've seen and I understand why. I have seen people slowly over time soften to Trump, to even gaining respect and admiration for him. I get it. I've watched it occur. But to me, it's like it speaks to the sickness that we're all dealing with. Jennifer H says the spider at the top controls both sides. The choice is just an illusion. See, that is what I think. That is what history shows me. Democracy is an illusion. It's all a fucking illusion. And the truth, if you have any knowledge about the way that our political system works anyway, the president elect simply does not have the power to make meaningful change that we would need for things to actually fucking change. Like, it just doesn't work like that, unfortunately. Like, do you know how much I wish that one person, that there could be a savior that would come in with good intention and solve all of our fucking problems? I so desperately wish that that could be for real. But history shows me that that is just not what it is. It's just not. I mean, absolutely. I just talked about this earlier in stream. Jennifer H says, all I know is my groceries were a quarter of the cost under Trump than they are now. Dude, I did this myself. I did this on a website that even fucking a year ago. Let's not even talk about while Trump was a president, even a fucking year ago. A grocery order that I made in March of last year, they have an option on the website to duplicate the fucking order. And because I saw somebody else do this in a post, I decided to see what would happen if I did it myself. I hit duplicate order. It was not only double the price, it was almost triple the fucking price of groceries from literally 1 year prior. That is an insane amount of fucking inflation. Inflation should never be and yo, I hear a lot of people talk about inflation, but you know what I don't hear a lot of, but I see a lot of? Fucking shrinkflation. For those products in the grocery store specifically that are not seemingly raising prices ridiculously, you know what they're doing instead? They're cutting product, or they are completely switching to lesser ingredients. Like, it is so, things have changed in such a fucked, severe way in such a short amount of time that I am genuinely frightened for the fucking future. I wish I was a child. Like, I wish I was not experiencing this as a fucking adult. Do you know? I don't want to fucking deal with this. I don't want to live through this. I don't want to fucking, I have no desire. It's so frightening. So many things taste off now. I'm telling you, it's if you have not noticed a particular product that you buy all the time, if the price has not skyrocketed to an insane degree, then you are definitely going to notice a difference in taste, texture, quality, absolutely, without fucking fail. Literally nothing is fucking safe. Nothing is fucking safe. Becca says, sorry, I used to hate and absolutely loathe Trump. I have stopped listening to the biased MSNBC news after my dad passed, and I listened to neutral media. When he said fake news, he was right. I mean, definitely. Becca, that's another thing too that my eyes were open to quite a bit, and it made me ask why. They lied about him so fucking much. They fucking lied about things he said, things he did so much. But the truth is this: you can be honest in regards to Trump. There are things you can criticize about Trump. There are things you can criticize about anybody, but they did lie about him quite a bit. Quite a fucking bit. And one of the craziest parts is, do you know, from those years, like when he was first running for president, do you know that people still repeat those ignorant, biased narratives to this very day? To this very fucking day, they repeat the bullshit, fake news shit that they would spew about Trump. They absolute people still, especially young people that do not know better, I guess, to actually do their own fucking research and look into what was actually said. They just repeat narratives. It sounds good. If somebody says, oh, this person's racist, this person is this, they'll just believe it on principle. You know what I mean? When it should be the exact opposite. Don't even get me started. Doris Hay and a lot of you guys are mentioning the Young Turks. The Young Turks in my younger years, I used to watch the Young Turks. I used to identify with them politically when I was a lot younger, but I can't even watch them any longer. Like, I stopped watching them so long ago. They became so hateful and dishonest, and so overtly so. Like, if you are in the know to any degree about what's actually happening in the political arena and you listen to fucking the Young Turks commentate on it, they are so emotional and dishonest. I can't even watch them. Now, I've seen and I've heard that it seems as though Anna Kasparian is having her own personal fucking awakening. It seems, and I respect that. I hope for her sake that she is, you know, opening up her mind, opening up her eyes to what she's been spewing, what she's been supporting. But it's like, I have been so desperately craving just like an unbiased, fair political commentary. Like, this is the problem that I always run into. If somebody finds themselves on one side of the arena, so let's use Republican as an example. If you are a Republican, it's as though these people refuse to criticize their own party. If you are truly for something, you need to be able to criticize your own party and your own people, maybe most of all. That's just what it is. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to hear fucking flowery fucking language about the people that I agree with and identify with politically. I want to hear the fucking truth so that I can make the best decision that I can fucking make. Because if you continue to lie to me, I'm just not going to trust you. That's what's going to happen. You're not going to fucking convince me not to trust this person. I'm just not going to trust you. Unfortunately, that's not how most people work. Unfucking fortunately. Everyone should be. Ada Geddon says everyone should be open to criticism, but most people are not. Most people just are not open to criticism. And I think somebody just donated. Shout out to somebody who just donated to the Venmo. Let me see if they left a message. And again, I have to reiterate, guys, I cannot stress enough how far superior Venmo and Cash App are. They really care about the people that they serve, and that's why those particular protections are put in place. Like, I really respect them. As somebody who has a business account, I'm not going to say your name, and this person didn't really leave a message. They just said donation for P. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. It means so much to me. You have no idea. And you know what else also? Thank you. It means a lot to me that you would choose to donate while I am talking about something as divisive as my opinion on politics. That really means a lot to me. I respect it. I appreciate it. Thank you. And it genuinely surprises me. Every time I share my opinion, especially when I'm trying, like when I'm talking and criticizing both sides of any situation, I always expect to be met with hate from both sides. Do you know what I mean? So when people end up saying, "Wow, that makes sense," it genuinely gives me hope, and I thank all of you. Hold on, let me go back. Hold on a second, guys. Give me 1 sec. I'm back. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Brandy says, haha, we are the, what does this mean? FAFO generation. And I think they are, we have no problem noping out of something. We are all just out here trying to survive and have no time for the bullshit. I mean, exactly. What does FAFO though mean? Eric says, but people in here, no one should be chastised or seen less than for their views. Collectively, when we talk about cats, we all get together. LOL, just picture politicians as cats. And for me personally, this is the thing. I can expect always for me to be able to acknowledge the good parts of anybody, but also be able to acknowledge the bad parts that should be criticized. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is above fucking reproach. Expect that from me always, no matter the topic that we're discussing. Becca says, like, I used to hate Trump until recently. I was super pissed. My brother was going to vote for him, but I started learning the truth about him and how the left has twisted things, and now I don't care. Yeah, I mean, I've got to say that definitely occurred. That is not, people are not speaking hyperbole when they say that Trump was absolutely fucking lied about. Like, the simple fact that people continue to call him a racist, for what? Do you even know why you're repeating that fucking rhetoric? Do you even know the lie that's been continuously told, claiming why he's a fucking racist? Like, come on. Racist is, stop it. There is no evidence of that anywhere in his life. In fact, quite the fucking opposite. If you want to call him a misogynist, that's a different story. You know what I mean? Like a misogynist, there's way evidence for that. But a racist, like, relax. This is the point. Casey G says our country was meant to be run by the people. Our leaders that we elected should listen to us. Viva the Constitution. The Constitution was written in the way that it was because the men who wrote it understood that all men are fucking flawed. So this is what I'm saying. We have had the illusion of democracy for far too fucking long. If you want to get angry about things, you want to get angry about everything, really do your research on how our political system actually fucking functions. Do some real fucking deep diving fucking research. And I'm not talking being told. I'm saying go and find out, seek to find out for yourself how our fucking political system actually works. You will get angry in a fucking hurry. It again says AOC keeps calling Trump a neo-Nazi, which seems unhelpful. I don't think it's, listen, I think it is a sullying, I think it sullies World War II and what was experienced by the people who lived through that fucking horrendous time to compare anybody who is not a genocidal fucking dictator to a Nazi, period. Like, we need to evolve with the terms that we use to describe fucking other people. Like, I'm sorry, but there's no comparison. There is no fucking comparison. Brandy says, I'm moving into my Jeep and sleeping on the beach all summer. Just don't fuck with my attitude. Either way it goes, especially medical systems. I'm fucked. I just want to be happy. You know what's fucked up, Brandy? That's what most people want. Most people want to be happy. They want to be safe. They want to be safe. They want to be. And the fucked up part is that is the most difficult thing, is to find affordable fucking housing, to find affordable fucking sustenance, to find, meaningful fucking employment, meaningful and gainful fucking employment. Everything is so fucked. Oh my God. Vintage Camera Girl says, have you read Project 2025? It calls for women's vote to be taken away, as well as interracial fucking marriage. Holy Jesus Christ. No, I have not read that, and nor do I want to. If that's the kind of shit that it stipulates, who the fuck would support anything like that? Yikes. Leave It to Bieber says, what the hell? I've been trying to comment and it told me I couldn't. Tell I've been a subscriber for 20 minutes. Oh, sorry. I've been subscribed to you for 3 years. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I wonder why that would happen. That's annoying. Do you think there's any chance, Leave It to Bieber? Do you think there's any chance that YouTube unsubscribed you and you just didn't realize? Because I know it does that a lot. Because, like, I haven't seen you in chat for quite a while. I haven't seen you in chat or comments for quite a while. And sometimes if you're not actively engaging with the channel, YouTube will take it as you are like a inactive subscriber and they will just unsubscribe you. So I'm assuming maybe that's what happened. I mean, this is what I've heard. Ada Geddon, I have heard other people claim that Trump supports Project 2025, but I've never heard him discuss it. I've actually never heard anybody like with their verbal voice discuss Project 2025. I have only seen on Twitter and on the fucking internet, I've only seen other people making claims for who supports it and why and how and blah and fucking shit like that, Fuck their wars. Dude, fuck our wars too, KCG. Like, what's a conversation that's really uncomfortable for a lot of Americans to have as well? Like, are we all aware? Because I'm fucking well aware. Are we all aware that we are the supreme fucking bully of the world? Like, are we all aware and okay with that? Because that's who we are as a fucking nation. I mean, it's what keeps us on top economically, power wise. But it's like we all have to come to terms with that and be able to admit it. They're meaning the military industrial complex, but I mean, like, that's the name of our game as well. Leave It to Bieber said, Pistachio, did you watch the RFK Jr. press conference? I agree with 80% of what he said. Here's the thing, Leave It to Bieber. I didn't. Listen, no hate to RFK, but listening to his voice, he has something. I think he had some type of esophageal cancer or something, some type of problem. But listening to him talk makes me feel uncomfortable in my own throat. So it makes me super uncomfortable to listen to him. Another thing for me personally, I do not only listen to what somebody says. Everybody is capable of beautiful, flowery, pandering fucking language. What matters most to me is somebody's actions, how somebody votes, how somebody fucking moves, what bribes they take to promote and pander to what specific end. Do you know what I mean? It's you can't you it's all about the like time will tell. He's not been in the political arena for long enough for me to even base an opinion on his actions because he's really made no fucking moves, you know? It was throat cancer, right? Like I hate this makes me feel so mean and fucked up. But literally like this is what I tried to watch. I tried to watch when Joe Rogan had him on the podcast, and the sound of his voice, it makes my throat hurt and feel. Do you see me? I'm literally getting choked up just imagining it. Ugh. It's it's like contagious. Like, you know what? I'll give you an example. Have you ever seen somebody with a bloodshot eye and it makes your eye fucking uncomfortable? To me, I get that. The similar with the throat. So, like, when you see somebody with a bloodshot eye, I hear somebody with a fucked up voice and it makes my whole throat feel like I'm gonna fucking die and throw up a whole lung. Like, I can't even fucking hang. Hayden Sky says Joe Rogan ick. Wait, why Joe Rogan ick? I fucking love Joe Rogan. I love him so bad. I don't watch him that much anymore, though. I think it would be, you know what I think it would be more honest to say? I used to love Joe Rogan. Once he moved to Spotify, and I think he's back on YouTube as well, and I think I only consume him in clip form now. But I fucking love Joe, man. Yeah, dude, I tried. I listened to as much of it as I could before I became, esophageally uncomfortable. But he has pretty productive conversations. He's also easy to identify with because he's a moron and so am I. You know what I mean? And I feel like he doesn't pander, which I respect. Although, you know when he did pander? Do you know when he fucking did pander? Do you know when this I could not watch. I lost so much fucking respect for Joe Rogan when he had on The Rock. I have never seen Joe Rogan lick man ass as fucking far and hard as when he had The Rock on to as a fucking guest. Like, he was not Joe Roganing in that situation. I did not enjoy it, not even a little bit. Yo, you know what's fucked up too? Ada Geddon says, my friends and I are very lefty, or no, my friends are very lefty and don't understand me liking Elon Musk. Here's another thing. I used to like Elon Musk until Twitter. Yo, did y'all fucking hear that debate he did with Destiny where he was trying to pretend to not be himself? Like, what the fuck land are we living in? Do you know when I liked Elon Musk? And this may be why this is actually a case against Joe Rogan. I think things like this may be why Joe Rogan may be dangerous. But because I was gonna say I liked Elon Musk when he was doing his interviews on Joe Rogan. I don't know what it is about the way Joe interacts with other human beings, but it makes them more likable. It makes them seem more approachable. It makes them seem more relatable. Like Alex Jones as well. Alex Jones Joe Rogan having Alex Jones on in the context that he did made so many fucking people see Alex Jones in such a different light. Yes, dude. Some of my favorite Sharmuta. Some of my fucking favorite is uh with Eddie Bravo and fucking Alex Jones. If one or both of those guests are on the fucking show, you know you're in for a good time. Yo, did you guys see the clip? Oh, it's one of my favorite clips. Or Joey Diaz. Did you guys see they were doing one of those like fighter breakdowns or fighter reacting things? Watching UFC. Did you see them all fucking bumping it and fist pumping to the fucking Blade to the Blade techno soundtrack? God, it was so amazing. It was so fucking amazing. 80 Gettin said Musk did a really cool interview where he talked about growing up being autistic and it's really good. Humanized him a lot. Yo, do you know who else I like Musk on? What the fuck is that guy? Something Friedman? What the fuck is his name? He does podcasts as well. He's done some good interviews with Elon as well. Do you know who I mean? Is it Lev Friedman? Liv? Leds? The fuck is his name? Do you guys know who I mean? Liv? Lem? It begins with an L. Lex, thank you. I said every name other than Lex. Yes, I mean Lex. I like Jordan Peterson as well. Although, again, I've got to admit that when he came clean about how hard he had fucking dove into like Xanax type drugs and how hard he was having a time coming off of them, I'm not going to lie, it made me look at him a little differently. Because if you are acquainted in any way with fucking Xanax, it is real easy to be a cocky, know-it-all, fucking unemotional asshole if you are taking mad Xanny bars all day. You know what I mean? Like, man, some of the worst shit I've ever done in my whole fucking life, Xanax is directly responsible for. No, you're so wrong. Vintage Camera Girl. Do you watch him? Do you listen to him? Have you listened to him talk about his family and his wife? He's the exact opposite of an incel. He's an old romantic who has loved the same woman for all of his life. Like, he routinely cries when he talks about when his wife was suffering with cancer. No. He's not an incel. He is an old romantic who has loved the same woman for all of his since he was fucking 7 years old. He is a gentle old man that needed to take hella Xanny bars to be as confrontational as he's been politically in the past. And it's like, I feel you, whatever. I get it. I find it hard to, repress my fucking empathy if I'm not zooted on mad Xannies as well. Like, you're in good company, homie. Just reminded me to take my Xanax, thanks. Oh, what a world you live in. You get prescribed daily fucking Xanax doses. What a delight. What a fucking treat for you. I wish I had that level of control. Because if anybody ever prescribed me a bottle of fucking Xanax, I would drink half of it, chew it up, and, go on a fucking rampage. So I guess you and I are very different here. Brandy says, I thought Xanax made you sleep. LOL. I took Seroquel once and told my doctor never again. I slept for 2 days and lost my job. let me clue you in, okay, to the Xanax situation. The first time you take Xanax, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, fifth time, it will make you sleep. It will almost always make you forget if you take enough of it. But if you take Xanax for long enough, it will make you feel invincible. So no, you only got to take it enough times to build up some type of bodily tolerance, and it will no longer knock you the fuck out. Do you know what I mean? And that goes with everything. All, pharmaceuticals, if your body gets accustomed to it enough. I blame Eric says, I had 10 Ativan a few months ago because my dad and grandmother passed away in the same month. My mom was going for surgery, so they gave them to me. Did you take them all like a fucking addict freak the way I would have? Did you drink the bottle and then chew them up for good measure? Or were you a fucking normal human being and then you saved them and, took them occasionally when you needed help sleeping? I mean, listen, eight again, and here, this is what I say. This is what I believe. I think either all of us should be on Xanax or none of us should be on Xanax because it's not an even playing field. You know what I mean? Those on Xanax have a they have a threshold unlike like just inhuman for so many different things. And another thing that a lot of people, I know people talk about it, but not a lot. Xanax also makes you want to fucking steal for sport, not because you need it. Like, oh no, not I can't afford food tonight. It's no, no, no. I want to try to steal these Nikes because I fucking can, because I want to, because it's fun, and because I'm bored. Do you know that that shit is literally black label on the motherfucking bottle? That Xanax will make you prone to fucking thievery? That shit will make you a fucking kleptomaniac. That is legit. Look it up. I'm not making it up. It's fucking ridiculous. I wish I could tell you stories, man. I wish I could tell you stories, but I don't want to fucking out other people. And I don't really remember my own. So other people would have to tell you my tales. I could only tell you what I had to deal with other people being on Mad Xanax. Like, holy shit. But I won't out their shit, man. What did Ada say? Ada Geddon says, I mean, it already feels like we're all stuck in a fever's dream. So might as well take all the Xanax. See, this is what I'm saying. I think we should all be taking all the Xanax all of the time. But it has to be all of us. Because then it's an uneven fucking playing field. Sharmuda says, for all, if you're taking Adderall, have you noticed a decrease in the effectiveness? I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never fucked around with Adderall or any upper to like I've never fucked around with it. Like I've done it frequently throughout my life, but not to the same degree where I would be able to answer that question. Like I think for somebody to be able to answer that question, they would have to be doing it on a daily basis at a relatively stable amount of use for like at least 6 months to a year, and I've never done that. In terms of Adderall and uppers at all, I've only ever done them out of happenstance and or because they were free or just in my fucking vicinity. Never searched them out, never preferred them, never was my particular drug of choice, so I'm just not the one to ask on that. KCG says, I got the shots and ended up on Corig. Full what? Wait, what the fuck? What does that mean? Can you write that again? I got the shots and ended up on Corey G. Full disclosure. Are you talking about fucking like Gaia? Are you talking about Corey Good? Full disclosure on Gaia? Is that what you're talking about? Because yo, I was there like maybe 3 years ago. Is that what we're talking about, KCG? Answer me, KCG. Oh, yo, do you know that what you wrote made sense in a whole other atmosphere? Like literally everything you wrote made sense in a different fucking atmosphere. I thought you were talking about the alien paid for fucking service Gaia, and the guy who used to be on it, his name is Corey Good. That is so crazy. And the show's name was fucking, oh my God, was Disclosure. That is so crazy. That is so crazy that that sentence made sense in two different fucking so different ways. Eric says, I had to speak with my intake coordinator to get more. My psychiatrist, who I see yearly for my MMJ renewal, did it with no problem. I canceled the intake appointment when he called me. I was afraid of getting dependent. We're talking about, what was the drug you said? What was the drug you said? I forget. What was it called? I think it's in the same category as like Xanax isn't it closer to Valium? Isn't the one that you mentioned just before, isn't that closer to Valium? I could be wrong. I don't know. What time is it? All right, it's almost 9 o'clock. Ativan. Is that the one you said? Hold on a second. Let me make sure what the fuck is Ativan? Hold on. Ativan. Yes, lorazepam. It's a benzo. Lorazepam. That's Valium, right? I was right. So it's a different drug than Xanax, yes? I don't know. I'm gonna go though, guys. It's almost 9 o'clock. So I'm definitely gonna be watching fucking House of the Dragon. I hope it's good tonight. Is tonight actually the finale? I hope it's good. Last episode was not. We shall reconvene, I don't know, maybe tomorrow if I can, depending on my schedule, maybe the next day. I guess we'll see. Thank you to everybody who continues to come back and support. Thank you to everybody who cares about the truth and, you know, tries to think for yourself. That's what we all need to be doing. I don't care what your opinion is at the end of the day, as long as it is your fucking own. And it's based on things you've actually seen with your own eyes. And you're not just repeating the fucking lies of another. Make your own decision, and I'll respect your opinion all day, every day. All right, guys. Good night. I'll see you probably tomorrow night. Bye.